And three, two, one. What's good, YouTube? This is Iron Eyes with Iron Insights, and I'm here with my amazing guest, Jbob. Jbob, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Been busy recently, but with all the snow, I haven't had any school or anything, so I've been able to grind, and it's been pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good myself. I've been playing a lot too, especially because I'm snowed in and I have nothing to do whenever I'm not doing schoolwork. So I just get to go and play a lot. So it's been pretty nice with the snow, actually. I've enjoyed it. But speaking of Smash, how did you get introduced to Smash and why do you play Smash? Uh,
Um, so like last year around this time, actually, I think it was like maybe late December. I noticed that my like school esports team was like opening up for the winter season or like spring season, and so I wanted to join, and then when I saw like their list of games, I was like, I've never really like been good at much of these games, but there are games I'm still like interested in. And I saw Smash on there, and I was like, I've always loved Smash, but I've never had like motivation to play it because of when I was young, I didn't really have online, and once I unlocked like all the characters, I didn't really see a point of playing the game. So I did get the game like the year it came out, and then I quit until like January 2025, and then from then. Most of the things that motivated me was just basically like my school esports, but I do love the game a lot.
it's very cool. I didn't realize you got interested in Smash just because of school esports, and I didn't realize you
Yeah,
played, even though it was just a little bit, I didn't realize you played right on release. I'm learning
yeah.
some new J-Bob lore. But speaking of some more recent things, I know that this last weekend you went to Let's Make Big Moves 2026. What can you tell me about that? Like, how did it go? Did you enjoy it? What did you do? Just give me your rundown of it.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good experience. My first Smash major, and I just love New York. Like I've been there so many times. Friday, mostly I kind of like walked around and just enjoyed like the first day. Went to some stores that I've never went to before that I thought were really cool. Most of them like based on like anime and stuff like that because I'm really big into that. But then I went to the venue, and the venue's huge. Like I went to a B tier in like my home region before, but there was like only like one area, while Let's Make Big Moves has like a whole 3 rooms, like 4 rooms. And I just thought that was insane. I thought the vendors were really cool, and I spent a lot of money there actually. And like my thoughts were it was so cool, but I think my highlight was meeting all my favorite players, and I had a Luigi hat that I got, and I got it signed by every single top player I met. The thing that like I didn't really expect about Let's Make Big Moves that happened was so many people just sit there in money match. Like I would be trying to find a setup for multiple like hours maybe, because I just go and see if there was one open and then like go sit back down for some matches to watch them, because I was like there's no hope. But the one time I found the setup on Friday right before I left, like a bunch of top players came up to me and they were like, "Hey, are you doing money matches here?" And I was like, "No,
No,
I'm
this is
good."
friendlies.
Yeah.
I'm not handing you my money today, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
But no, that sounds like a really crazy experience. And if you were there Friday, Saturday, and went back Sunday, right?
Yeah, we like our state, including New York as well, was gonna get snowed in. Like we got like 2 feet of snow probably. And we knew if we stayed there, we weren't gonna be able to leave. Because I know like some top players that are still there to like right now that can't even leave. And so we left at like 6 in the morning, and made it home right as the snow was like starting for us.
That's really great then. I'm glad you got there, you had an amazing time, you got to meet all these people, and then you even made it back safe and sound, unlike some people like the Steve House that got trapped and saved the bracket. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Weatherman. But no, that was really good, and I'm really glad you got to talk about Let's Make Big Moves. Uh, Something else I wanted to hear a little bit on is I know that when you first started playing, or at least when I first started interacting with you, you played a bunch of Cloud. But you said in the thing that you had a Luigi hat you got everyone to sign, and you've been playing a lot of Luigi. What was the big thing that spurred you to play Luigi and some of your other characters that you also play?
So, like when I first started playing, in my school esports, I picked like going through my whole row of characters that I've ever played. I picked Lucina because I went on like Smash Wiki and I searched up the people that I had to play in my school esports to like try to get a higher team, and it all said that Lucina did good into them, which I later realized isn't really that true. But like when I got there, I played Lucina and I actually like beat most of the people that I was trying to look to beat. And then around the end of the season, when I actually started competing online, I swapped to Ness. I actually love Ness. I think he's such a sick character. Um I just wasn't seeing progress with him, and that was around the same time I joined like Dream On, and so knowing that it's filled with clouds, um, and I think like they just influenced me to start playing him. And I love Cloud as much as I do. I think he struggled a lot, especially with a bunch of the matchups that are more common. Um, like Aegis, Joker,
Mhm.
and I just thought I was like, he's getting kind of boring as well. And the thing is that I've always like loved Luigi. There's like videos of me when I was younger playing Mario, and I'm always Luigi. I wouldn't play as any other character. And so when I like looked at him in the roster, I was like, I might want to give him a try. And I actually was gonna pick him up as a secondary um for a while, and I realized that if I started putting time into him right before, this was like August, so the school season was about to just start. I was like, if I put time into him now, he's not going to be good enough to like beat the people I need to beat in school esports. So I didn't play him. And then during the season, I noticed myself struggling a lot with Cloud and like keeping up with him because I wouldn't really want to lab. Um, because I feel like everything that I wanted to do, I already had tried or like already had done. And then I was like, let's see what's on my table. And I saw Luigi. And then I told my coach, I was like, hey, I'm trying to play like Luigi on the side of Cloud. And so whenever I'd lose like a game one in school esports, I'd swap to Luigi.
Mhm.
And then I'd like most of the time win both the games in a row. And my coach kept telling me, he was like, this is your character right here. And I think what he didn't realize is Luigi mostly worked on the people in school esports because they'd use aerials like on my shield and I could just up B them.
Yes. That I know several Luigi players that do that. They don't know combos, they know nothing else, but up beyond shield, they make sure you respect their shield.
Yeah, but so like when I started playing against actual people, I was like, he is not even close to better than my Cloud. But
Mhm.
at the same time, I didn't really want to go back to Cloud, and so I ended up playing him in like our state championship game too, because we went to states last season and are hopefully going this season, and I ended up winning my round in states, which I thought was really cool. With Luigi, but that was like my week one Luigi. I hadn't really took him serious, but that was just what made me realize that I was done with everyone else.
Mhm. No,
Yeah.
that's really good, and that's a really good story because I know at least I also had this problem where I had some characters that I'd been influenced to play, like me, Brawler, and Corn, and I'm like, well, they're always told they're good and they do good in all these matchups. And then I end up setting them to the side for eventually Rob. and that's I still play predominantly him to this day. But yeah, that's it makes a lot of sense, and I'm glad you found a character that you resonate with, that you're doing good at. And every time I play you, I notice that your Luigi is getting better and better. So I'm really happy that you found your character and you're resonating with him. And eventually you can even potentially look back at the other ones, but Luigi is a really good character. So you chose really good.
Yeah.
Well, that's really great to hear. Uh, and I'm glad I actually got to hear the whole story because I never heard the whole thing before. But you said that you got into Smash a lot with your school esports team. What is your goal with Smash? Like, what do you want to do or accomplish with Smash?
Um, I have a bunch of like 2026 goals that I made, but like my overall goal with Smash is just like to improve. I set a bunch of mini goals to like get to where I want to. I don't really have like a line where I want to stop improving, of course.
Mhm.
Um, because I love this game so much, I play it so much. It's just like I feel like as long as I play the game and I put my time into it, I can go however far I really want to. But like my main goals for just this year is like I want to get a PR win. It doesn't really have to be in my region because I don't attend much locals because like they're very far from me. It could even be like a Wi-Fi win that are PR'd in their region. Um, but that's like something I really want to do because it looks so cool on like my profile and stuff. If I were, it just says that they're a certain number in the region. Um, Another one I wanted to do was just a 10 more offline. Hopefully, I can like drive and actually get to that because we do have some pretty stacked locals, but they are not near me at all. Um, I have two more. My first one, I want a top eight, a Wi-Fi bracket that has like over a certain amount of people. I haven't decided the number. Maybe like 50, over 50 people. It's gonna be hard, but it's definitely something I think I could do if I just keep on going and like be motivated. And then I want to win a state championship, whether it be um like this year in our season right now or next season before the spring. So like December.
I think those are really good goals. I didn't think you had them all laid out like that. I'm really impressed by it. And I think a lot of those are really good and they're really obtainable for you. And I think that you'll achieve them and potentially even more. Like that top eight of a 50-man Wi-Fi bracket, I think you can actually do it really well, especially with like the rate that your Luigi's improving and you playing him a lot more and more and getting to grind so much. I think that's really doable. And I think you can do really good at states and on your esports team. And especially once you can drive, attending those locals will help you get even better because nothing helps you like sitting down at a local and getting some really good offline practice. Because online's all great and all. I love online. I play way too much for my health. But offline is way better and helps you improve so much more. But I really
Yeah.
like your goals. Really, they really impress me. I'm not gonna lie. So, do you have anything else coming up? You just had Let's Make Big Moves this last weekend. Is there any events that you're targeting in the near future or anything you're planning on attending later this year?
Um, they just announced like a decent sized event that I think is around Boston in March. And a bunch of like the mass PR and like a bunch of them that are on the Lumi rank have already signed up. So it all depends on how big it gets because it's like a 2 hour drive, and if it's only gonna be like a D tier or something, I don't really want to travel that much, especially because I'd have to be forcing someone else to drive me.
Mhm.
But if it does get to a big event, probably like B tier or over, I think I'll end up attending.
Would be great. I want to see Big Jbob on stream. That's all I'm saying. I want Jbob to push his way onto a stream highlight so I can we can cheer him on because that's probably my favorite part about watching a bunch of Smash tournaments since I've been on Dream On is looking for the people that I know and seeing them play in bracket, and especially with how hard you work to prepare for your Let's Make Big Moves bracket and all the work you put into that, I thought that was really good and a really good sign. So I want to see you at more stuff, and I want you to see you do good because I was really cheering for you this last weekend. But is there anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I wanted to put like more emphasis on some of the things I did in Smash at Let's Make Big Moves, like
Mhm.
with friendlies and stuff. Um, on like my bracket path, I thought I did really good. I had to play Nexus, which is SoCal PR, in my round one. It did not go well. Like I lost all three, but I thought I was adapting pretty good. Like the first game wasn't even close. I think I took like a stock at the end, and he like two stocked me. But second and third game, I thought I was playing more to his play style, and third game I even got it to like last stock, last hit. So it was pretty cool. Pretty good experience. I don't really like the Falco matchup. Just because I think he's quick. Like he can be really quick at times. And especially when I was playing it in friendlies, I was like, I don't even know what to do here. But it was just the fact that I think I did really well off stage against him, and I think that's kind of what got me so close to winning or to like even taking that last game that we played.
Mhm.
And then my round two was a Yoshi who's on Syracuse, which I thought was cool because Syrup's my favorite player and he's also on Syracuse. And I thought I played that matchup pretty well, especially with no practice because they changed my bracket like last minute, and I actually was really mad about that. But I ended up taking it to like last dog last hit almost every game, and I don't know. It's just like even though I went 0-2, I was seeing like me improving, and especially for or like looking at people's habits, I got really happy about like actually realizing. Um, and then in friendlies, I actually played friendlies with probably a total of like 8 people, and half of them were Sephiroths. And I was so mad because I was like, what are the chances? And I thought at a point I was like, they definitely see my hat and they're just coming up to me because
They
I was
have to be,
wearing my
because you are
Luigi hat.
not. I know there's a lot of people there. You are not running into eight Sephiroths by chance. Like that is like Jbob, find better people, please.
No, I played this one guy. I forget what region he was. Oh no, I think he's tri-state. He
Hmm.
was a tri-state Inkling main, and he very much like helped me out because he knew a bunch of characters and knew a lot about like Luigi. This is probably my favorite thing about friendlies is when people actually want to like talk to you and help you. Um, because whenever I was doing something that he knew there was like a different or like faster move, he'd tell me, and then he even like we went on ultimate frame data after a minute because he was like, instead of doing this out of this, you should do like this other move instead. And he was a very big help, and I definitely wrote down a lot of stuff that he told me, and that's overall like my favorite thing of the whole event was just people like wanting to see other people improve and like actually helping me and stuff.
That's really great. I'm glad you found some people like that. Those are probably my highlights of offline events, is going out and like just playing games with people and pushing each other to improve and asking questions and discussing the game. My favorite part of it, period. And it gets even better offline. And I'm really glad you found people to help and play games with, even if they were predominantly Sephiroths, picking a good matchup. But no, I'm really glad. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh. Is that the last thing you wanted to touch up on, or is there anything else that you
No,
wanted to
that's probably
discuss?
it that I can think about right now.
All right, well, that's perfect. I want to thank you, J Bob, for coming on here and discussing with me and YouTube about your experience at Let's Make Big Moves and telling us a little bit more about yourself. I think I learned a lot, and I think this was a great experience. But I hope you have an amazing day. I hope YouTube has an amazing day, and I want everyone to remember to just keep dreaming on. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, J Bob. I appreciate that. That's